All right, let's just get right into it. For what the last decade, we've all been playing the exact same game in marketing, right? Get to the top of Google, rank number one. But here's the thing, that game is over. It's fundamentally changed. So today, we're going to break down exactly how search has been turned on its head, and more importantly, how to build a whole new system to actually win in this new age of AI-driven answers. So, here's our roadmap. First, we got to understand the huge shift that's already happened. Then we'll lay out the new rules of the road, what you actually need to do to be seen. From there, we'll build a repeatable system, look at a couple of specific plays you can run right now, and then wrap it all up by designing a content engine that's built to last. Okay, so let's set the scene. The way we all get information online has completely transformed. I mean, think about it. We went from scrolling through 10 blue links on a page to just getting a single direct answer from an AI. And that one little change is making a ton of the old SEO strategies basically obsolete. And this isn't some small tweak. It's a total collapse of the old playbook. Let's use an example to make this real. Imagine a company. We'll call them Next-Gen SaaS. For years, they killed it at old-school SEO. They were on page one for everything. But now, all of a sudden, their visibility is just cratering. Why? Because the entire field of play changed right under their feet. This right here, this is the whole game in one slide. In the old search world, the goal was simple. Rank number one, get to the top of the list. But now, the goal is totally different. It's to get cited. So when someone asks an AI, hey, what's the best software for project management? The AI's answer actually uses your data or mentions your brand by name. See? It's a completely different bullseye we're aiming for now. So the big question is, how do you get cited? Well, it's definitely not about stuffing keywords into your pages anymore. You have to play by a whole new set of rules. AI models are actively looking for specific signals that tell them your content is the real deal. And those signals boil down to three things: originality, freshness, and authority. And this gets to the heart of that first rule, originality. AI models are programmed to reward something called information gain. They're designed to sift through all the repetitive junk online. So if every other article says content is king, but your article provides a brand new study showing that 60% of B2B buyers prefer video, that is information gain. The AI sees that as uniquely valuable and is way, way more likely to cite it. Next up is freshness. And wow, look at this number, 70%. That is huge. AI models are overwhelmingly favoring content that's recent and looks like it's being actively maintained. So if you publish that awesome State of the Industry report back in 2022, guess what? To an AI, it's pretty much invisible today. Keeping your content up to date isn't just good practice anymore, it's a non-negotiable trust signal. Now this one is a real mind-bender for a lot of marketers. A whopping 85% of the time a brand gets mentioned in an AI answer, it's because of what someone else said about them. Your authority is now basically proven by others. What reviews, what listicles, what forum discussions are saying about you, that carries way more weight than all the great things you say about yourself on your own site. So for our friends at Next-Gen SaaS, the fog is starting to clear. They see the path forward. They need to master these three pillars. Number one, create truly original content with their own data. Number two, build a system to keep it all super fresh, like refreshing key pages every few months. And number three, get out there and actively build up their credibility on other people's websites. Okay, so now we know what we need to do. The next logical step is how. How do we build this into a system that we can count on? Because let me tell you, the best companies out there aren't just getting lucky with one-off hits. They are building a well-oiled machine to do this at scale, day in and day out. And this is that machine. This is the four-part loop that Next-Gen SaaS is putting into place. It all starts with step one, know. Using data to find the biggest, highest impact opportunities, so you're not just guessing. Then comes step two, create. That means producing and, just as crucially, refreshing that content super fast. Step three is measure. And you have to measure the right things, like how many times you're getting cited, not just old-school metrics like traffic. And finally, step four, build. This means creating a single source of truth for your brand's data and messaging so everything stays consistent. And then, you just repeat the loop. Now, you might be wondering, what's the tech that powers all this? Well, it's an emerging standard that, to put it simply, lets an AI assistant securely and directly plug in to your company's own live data. I mean, just imagine an AI that can see your Google Analytics, your Salesforce data, and your content calendar all at the same time.
And that direct connection, that is the absolute game changer. It means you can ask an AI real, meaningful questions about your own business, like, hey, which of our top blog posts are losing visibility the fastest? And get back a prioritized list of things you need to do. It's the bridge that takes you from a mountain of data to smart, fast action.
So let's make this super concrete. How does this system actually translate into work that you can do tomorrow? We're going to walk through two really high-impact plays that our example company, NextGen SaaS, used to completely turn their situation around. All right, play number one is all about tackling that freshness pillar we talked about. Remember, in this new world, stale content is basically dead content. So the goal of this play is to systematically and, keyword here, rapidly update your existing library of content to prove to AI models that you're trustworthy and current. And look, this is such a common problem. This quote from Chime shows they had the exact same challenge as NextGen SaaS. They were sitting on this giant asset, 700 pages of content, but it was getting old, it wasn't optimized for this new AI-driven world, and it was just sitting there, underperforming. But once they built a system for it, the results were just wild. They took a manual process that was taking them 45 minutes for every single page they wanted to refresh, and they got it down to under 5 minutes. And that efficiency gain allowed them to massively crank up their refresh velocity. This is exactly the kind of result NextGen SaaS is seeing now. And here's the headline number: a 10 times increase in their content velocity. That number is just staggering, isn't it? It proves that when you stop thinking about these things as manual tasks and start building a system, the results you get aren't just a little better, they're exponentially better. Okay, on to play number two. This one is all about that authority pillar. Remember that crazy 85% stat? Most of your mentions are gonna come from third-party sites. So this play is all about strategically building your brand's reputation and credibility where it actually matters most, which is off of your own website. So where does a company like NextGen SaaS focus its energy? Well, first, on getting into the top 3 spots on all those critical best of listicles and comparison articles. Second, Reddit. It shows up in almost a quarter of all AI answers, so they're getting into relevant subreddits, not to spam, but to have real conversations and add value. And third, YouTube, because it absolutely dominates how-to searches. These are the new battlegrounds where authority is won or lost. So finally, let's bring this all home. This whole strategy isn't about short-term hacks or tricks. It's about building a sustainable, powerful content engine that creates a compounding advantage over time for NextGen SaaS and for you too. And this is what that engine looks like. It's a compounding loop. You create awesome original content. You have a system to keep it fresh. That fresh, valuable content starts earning you mentions on other sites. Those mentions spark real discussions in communities like Reddit. And what happens in those discussions? They give you the ideas and the insights for your next piece of original content. You see, each step just fuels the next one. It's a beautiful thing. But who actually runs this engine? Well, it requires a new kind of role, a new kind of person, the content engineer. This person is not just a great writer or a sharp editor. They are a systems designer. They're part editor, part operations manager, part quality control. They're the ones who design the workflows to connect all these moving pieces and turn creative ideas into a scalable operation. So I'll just leave you with this one final question to think about. In this new world of AI search, is your team still thinking like publishers, just cranking out one article at a time? Or are you starting to think like builders, architecting a system that's designed to win, not just for the next quarter, but for years to come? Honestly, the answer to that question is going to determine who completely disappears and who absolutely dominates the future of search.